afternoon. We're not about to just talk about college football. We got actual college football going on. This is our first live show on a Saturday. Chim, what's going on? How you feel? I see you got your Buckeye shirt on already. We don't kick
Yeah,
off now until another couple hours. Yeah, I see you ready to go.
yeah.
What's up, man?
I'm really in pregame mode. I'm gonna go to the game and bring my 4-year-old boy to the game.
Oh
So
wow. Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
I'm in pregame mode, man. I got my stunners on.
Ooh.
I'm feeling good about I'm feeling good about today. Getting the
Yeah.
season kicked off. So these are my victory glasses that I'm gonna
Yeah.
be sporting today. Right.
Mm-hmm.
If things aren't going the way I'm expecting, I'm gonna have to put these ones on.
Okay.
To see like is the offensive line really have to improve? What's going on? But if things are
uh,
going how I expect, then we switching back up.
yeah. Yeah.
I should be feeling good today. This is a good college football day, man. A lot of big games
Yeah,
this
man.
weekend.
A lot of big games, man. I mean, as we speak, Georgia is playing Clemson. Uh, Huge game there. I mean, this is funny, man. I mean, obviously Georgia's #1 team, and rightfully so, right? The way they've been playing the last few years. But man, if it's a game that Dabo Swinney could like really just kind of get Clemson back on the map, I feel like it's a game like today, man. I like Clemson in this game. They got the even though that Georgia's quarterback experience, right?
Yeah.
But Clemson has more experience at the quarterback position, and they should have a hungry team that's like kind of really ready to itch and scratch, man. So I like their odds in this game. Right now, it's currently second quarter. Georgia's up 6-0. Got a couple field goals in. Um, but yeah, man. I mean, football's on. Penn State's playing West Virginia. Penn State's
Penn
up.
State.
Like, I
Yep.
mean, that's kind of like, yeah, that's your Penn State should be up, right, Chum? Like, right? They
Penn
should be
State
up.
should be up. This is Penn State. Penn State. If there's one thing I can say about Penn State is that they're going to be who they are. They're going to win these out of conference games. They're going to compete with teams on the national level. They're going to get to the Big Ten, and they're going to assume their position as a second team. That's who they are. And honestly, that's who we need them to be. That's
Yeah.
who we need them to be. Man. Get a solid ranking nationally, and then be that team that competes but loses. But they have a. This is different this year.
Yeah.
They have a chance of not being a Big Ten champion, but still being able to get into a college football playoff. So I expect them to compete for a spot in the playoffs. So yeah, Penn State being who Penn State is.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Game. This wasn't really a big game, but it was hyped up like a big game. Colorado played North Dakota State. It was a close one. It was a close game. A lot of viewership, a lot of exciting plays, but it was, a Big 12 team versus the FCS team. Did you tune into that game?
I watched it. I watched like the whole game. I'm like everyone else. Like I'm on the Deion Sanders train, right? And as we know, just like last season, it's better to catch the Colorado early in the season, right? While you can still while the train is still kind of going on. Obviously, that was a tough fought game, and it should have been. I mean, I know one thing about North Dakota State. They play in the trenches is going to be top tier, right? They're going to know how to, run the ball, get some double teams, get some guys moved. And defensively, they're going to be, they're going to be able to kind of, like I say, interior. They just got guys. They got that. They practice it. They win championships that way. They practice it, and then on Thursday night, it came out and they showed that if we know one thing about the Colorado Bulldogs, where they're going to struggle at, it's in the trenches, right? and that's kind of showed. Fortunately enough, their talent, their guys, Sanders, Sador Sanders, and Travis Hunter. There was enough, right? They was able to prevail, do enough, and actually win by a little bit of a little margin there at the end. No, I'll take that back. No, they won by like 5 points, right? It was a Hail Mary at the end that they caught.
It was a Hail Mary that the undisciplined DBs didn't knock down.
No.
The guy from North Dakota State actually caught the ball, but he was about 5 yards short of the end zone.
Yeah.
It went a completely different way.
Right.
If people don't understand how on one end, Colorado's athletes and their skilled players can be hyped up, but on the other end, they struggle with the North Dakota State. Look at it like this: it's like I renovate homes and whatnot. If you ever do a home renovation, right, and you fix everything up on the inside, you make it look pretty, nice paint, nice tile, backsplash, all the stuff you see on HGTV, and the foundation was caving in when you started. The foundation still caving in, right? They don't got no structure. And that structure starts one with the coaching staff, but two, the foundation of that team, which is in the trenches, right? You can't get anything going. You'll never reach your potential if you don't have the guys in the trenches to at least be equal. But if you're playing a team that's lesser, to be dominant, and they don't have the dominance in the trenches still, even though they replace a lot of guys in the
replace a lot of guys. Yeah, I think they only had one starter returning on their offensive line. They actually had a true freshman playing that left tackle. I'm gonna shout him out because he played pretty well. I was thinking like, if it's gonna be you put a true freshman at left tackle, it might be a little, but he actually played pretty well. But along the correction off the line, they had some issues. But I mean, it's once again it's week 1, and we got to give teams a little bit of grace. Week 1, hopefully these guys can pick it up, and I guess we'll see what the Colorado Bulldogs, what Deion can get them guys to get to. But one thing for sure, the quarterback, receiver / DB, those two, elite.
Yeah.
that's for sure.
they're definitely as good as it gets. Who else is playing?
So College Game Day was at Texas A&M Notre Dame. So that game kicks off maybe they're in the 7:30 spot tonight. That's a big one, right? I mean, that's two teams. Now, obviously, you expect a lot out of Notre Dame. We expect a lot, kind of sort of usually out of Texas. I feel like Texas A&M is one of the teams that got a lot of hype before the season every season. And then we get into the season, and then some of that hype kind of dwindles away once they actually start playing games. But obviously, right now, everybody's record 0-0, man. So what do you think about Marcus Freeman and his Notre Dame, what are they called? Fighting
Irish.
Fighting leprechauns. No, Fighting Irish. Yeah, right. What do you think about what do you think about Marcus Freeman and them team and the bright lights tonight?
Yeah, I like them. I like them to win this game. I like them to make a playoff this year. But with Notre Dame, they're similar to Penn State. Honestly, like they have the talent to compete, but they don't never seem to be able to get over that hump. But yeah, I like them. I think they're gonna have a decent year this year. I think they sneak into a college football playoff. They don't have a conference championship, right? So their seeding is, I don't know how the rules are gonna be, but their seeding is gonna be interesting because it's gonna be hard for them to get a number one seed. I don't know what it takes for them to get a number one seed. I don't know if that's even possible without having a championship. I don't know the rules there, but I think they're in the mix. I like them against Texas A&M, and I'm rooting for Freeman to have a successful successful career there at Notre Dame. So part of me is hopeful that they beat Texas A&M as well. So yeah, I feel good about that.
Obviously, Freeman's one of our team. He's one of our guys, man. So we're pulling for Freeman, man. He wanted to have a successful season. As long as they're not playing Ohio State, you go ahead and win those games. I just looked it up because I was curious. I know, last year they had a quarterback transfer coming in, and I kind of forgot. I know they got somebody to play quarterback for them this season. Who is it? And they got Riley Leonard out of Duke. Remember last year, he kind of started off college football on fire. I believe did they beat Clemson early on? They beat someone really good early on that kind of brought a lot of attention to his play. And he was rolling until he had I believe he had a high ankle sprain that kind of, he tried to play through a high ankle sprain, which is not one of the smartest things to do. But yeah, man, I remember last year the guy could ball. He had some spots that he really he kind of definitely lit things up. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think they had a quarterback transfer last year who was a veteran. They have a quarterback transfer this year, and that just might be their process, right? Go get one of the best guys available, and I think he's gonna be good for them. Definitely was a good fit. I remember going into the portal discussions, they were like, "Where is he gonna go?" And it seemed like everybody was like, "That guy's going to Notre Dame." So obviously, they were aligned from the start. So yeah, I think they're well positioned to make a run at the playoff.
But are you making the accusation of tampering? What are you saying then? There's a line from the start.
Yeah, I think tampering is just a normal part of college football.
Oh man,
when a guy hops in the portal, that's a highly profiled player. Just know that guy, one, knows where he's going, and two, knows how much money he's getting to go there. Just know that, right? So you don't have to speculate. Oh, this team paid. Blah, blah, blah. The guy knows how much he's getting paid, and he knows where he's going. Just know that. I'm not telling you. I don't know how that's happening, but I know that it's probably happening because if you're in that position and then you are a pretty good player, you're not jumping into a portal with unknowns, right? It just wouldn't make sense. So let me put it like this: if I'm in that position, I'm going to know where I'm going.
Know where I'm going.
And I'm going to know how much I'm going to get there. And I may say, I'm not sure, just to negotiate. Right? Oh, I might go to the NFL. I might be going to the NFL.
Right.
But no.
Probably got that draft grade with you too. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, that would be a good one though. That's a good one though. I mean, obviously, I think I'm on record, right? I'm not a fan. I don't think you're the same. We didn't do this in college football. Our years at Ohio State, we never start off the season with I'm gonna say like a real opponent, right? Someone that really was equal to our level of playing. We always start off with lesser. I'm a big fan of it. You just don't know what you're gonna get a guy. You might have a guy that might be a fantastic player, but you get to the game and things. It's a little bit different than practice, and you just kind of throw them in the spot. But obviously, it's good for college football to see some of the big names kind of jump right out there, week 1, week 0, however you want to kind of see it, and kind of get the games going. So I don't know. Good luck to those guys for sure.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it at all. Like, I know fans love it, right? I mean, as a fan, I love it, right? Yeah. I love to go see two heavyweights go out there and fight each other. But what if one of the heavyweights, hasn't really figured out his
swing. He ain't got a swing
yet. Like, he's still getting into it. He's still on the build up. He hasn't gotten to that point yet. And that's what it feels like some of these teams are in position, not just because it's the first game of the season, but because nowadays, first game of the season, you have maybe 2 or 3 key transfers in 2 or 3 key positions that is still a quarterback still figuring out the offense, still kind of ramping them up. I like Ohio State's schedule, right?
Yeah.
Get a few preseason games. I call them preseason because they're teams that they're projected to win big against, right? And you can continue to grow and ramp it up. You look at Michigan's schedule last year. I mean, I feel like they didn't play a real team until November. Like, there's a benefit to doing that as long as those guys come ready to play every game and approach it the same way, and they're learning from each game. Yeah. It's a benefit. But starting week 1, Colorado played North Dakota State. They may have thought that was a ramp-up game, but it didn't look like it. But Clemson, Georgia, right? I mean, these are heavyweight matches. Some teams are going to be ready for it because they got a lot of the same guys intact. There's not a lot of shuffling around. They're going to be prepared. Other teams are still going to be figuring out week 1, week 2, week 3. Some teams don't even have a quarterback for real. Like, they don't know who's going to be the starting quarterback. And they look at Michigan week 2. They got Texas.
Yeah.
All right. So if they don't know who's going to be starting that quarterback now, they better figure it out soon because Texas has a quarterback.
Right? They have a quarterback, right? And then tomorrow night we catch that's a big game. Tomorrow night, Sunday night, we have USC versus LSU. They're playing in Las Vegas, which is kind of different. All right, different. So I mean, that's kind of exciting though. Like, those kids get to travel a little, essentially a neutral site game. Obviously, it's a few hour drive for USC guys, but I'm sure LSU is going to travel well.
So are we rooting for you? Are we rooting for USC?
We gotta root for USC. Like, you gotta kind of, you gotta protect the conference. They're the conference now, right? You want your conference to be strong at the end of the season. So, yeah, pulling for Lincoln Riley and USC. Go out there and play well and beat up on LSU. All right.
Yeah. Rooting for USC. I think 2 of my most lopsided losses in college. One was when we lost to USC.
Yeah.
Another one was a national championship. I don't know how lopsided I would say it was, but it felt like it felt crushing, right? In a national championship, right? To lose to LSU. But full circle moment, I was an LSU fan growing up. And now I'm rooting for USC.
Now you hate them, right? Yeah,
that's going. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with them. I don't like the purple, the yellow.
Yeah,
I don't understand the combination.
Yeah, the Go Tigers, and it's like a different language or some other sort. Yeah, that's not how you spell go. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, no, right. Let's talk about that. Yeah, but man, but I mean, obviously, but it's Saturday then, man. Our Buckeyes kick off, like I say, in a couple hours. You head into the game. We're playing Akron. You're gonna be in the shoe. I'm actually I'm doing a post game for Spectrum News. Everybody there with Spectrum News. After the game, you tune into Spectrum, you'll see me. I'll be a little bit more cleaned up at that time and talking Ohio State football. if you missed it, you missed it. What's your show called on that you do for with Duran Smiley?
The Big Ohio Football Show on NBC4 airs every Friday night, 7:30, maybe 7:30. We talk Ohio State football, we talk other Ohio football, the MAC schools, etc., and just preview the game coming up.
Yeah, man, you look pretty clean on that too, man. I seen your wife put up a nice post, man. You look nice. That a new jacket, man. That's fresh for the season.
It wasn't new, but when I
you sent it to the cleaners. You sent that to the cleaners, man.
I definitely picked it up from the cleaner an hour before the show. Yeah.
You look good, man. Look good. But yeah, man. So we're talking Ohio State football all over the place, man. Just kind of lock in with us and follow us on it, man. But going to the shoe, obviously, it's going to be a little bit different. You already told me how the sunshade, the shades are going to shake out for the evening, man. But while sitting in the stands, man, what do you want to see, man? Like, while you there, obviously you had your son. You've been a little distracted, you got a 4-year-old with you. He's gonna it's gonna be intense. But while you're sitting in the stadium, man, anything you like to see, man? Are you excited for the band? Are you excited for the OHIOs, or are you excited? What you excited to see in the stadium today, man?
Yeah, I think I'm most excited to be a part of the atmosphere because I'm only doing this once this year. When I'm gonna be in this, I anticipate only doing this once, being in the stadium for a game. So I'm excited to take it all in. One, and then two, I really want to see Will Howard in action.
Yeah,
and I want to see this offense in action. And when I say this offense, I'm really talking specifically about the run game. I want to see a dominant run game. I'm not so focused on I just want to see a blowout. I want them to take care of Akron and blah, blah, blah. No. I want them to take care of Akron in a very specific way.
Yeah.
Dominance in the run game, and then let everything else build off of that. I want dominance in the run game and everything else build off of that. And the only reason I say that is because I feel like that was what was lacking last year. Mm-hmm. I feel like bringing in Chip Kelly, bringing in Quinshon Judkins, even bringing in Will Howard, who they've been talking about him being an athlete and those things. We have to find an identity somewhere. I think they have it, but I just want to see it. I want to see it in action. I don't care who they're playing against. I don't care if they lined up against a high school team, and I don't care if it's an exhibition game. Dominating the run game first, and then let everything else fall into place. But I'm excited. I'm excited to also see Jeremiah Smith, some of those big play receivers. But I really want to see the run first.
Yeah, man, and I'm off of the lineman. And if it's one thing about Coach Day's offense that I've been lacking over the years, it's just being able to run the ball when you want to run the ball, not when it's first down, so we're just gonna start off with a run, play this drive, and then we kind of get to our fancy stuff. Like, no, just kind of go out there and be able to run the ball when you want to / when you need to, and obviously that's important. Everything, I don't know. This is Ohio State. Everything revolves around the Michigan game, right? But it just kind of always irks me these last several years that first it was like we lose the game last year, we just didn't get it done. Year before that, big plays. Year before that, them running the ball. But all through that time, everybody respected Michigan's run game. Like, okay, this is what they do. They line up like this. You got Blake Corum. And they kind of get guys moved. They create lanes, and then they make big plays all around their run game. And to me, that is Ohio State football, right? Now, under Coach Day, we can kind of got away from that a little bit. Urban was big on the run, right? Running quarterback, running the ball. He did a little differently, right? Kind of spread you out a little bit to run the ball, but he was all about running the ball. And we got to get back to that bread and butter stuff, basic formations. Get out there, get some guys moved, create a lane, and get it going in a running game. So yeah, excited. It should happen. Chip is the guy for it, and now all the research and all. You just look at his years of his last several years being the head coach. He definitely is big on running the ball, so I'm ready to see it today. And Akron should kind of go out there, tighten up their chin straps and be ready for a physical one because we should be going north and south in the run game, not the aerial attack, not over the head, but north and south in the run game, and kind of just getting a tune for the season and making it an emphasis early and sticking to it. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I haven't eaten lunch yet, so I'm thinking about food a lot. But I expect this team to eat today.
Yeah,
and You know, here's an analogy. Since my mind's on food right now, it's Thanksgiving dinner. So Thanksgiving dinner, the mistake that a lot of people make going into Thanksgiving is they don't eat anything leading up. They don't eat breakfast. They don't eat the night before. They don't eat. They don't eat all week because they're saving up for that moment. You know what happens? They
can't eat that much.
They shrink their stomachs, and the first bite of turkey, they're full. They can't even enjoy the dinner. And what I want to see these Buckeyes do is against a team that's inferior, to go out there and eat their breakfast. Go eat your breakfast, right? Make sure that you're full and continue to build up. And then that full course meal is coming into Oregon and some of those Big Ten teams. But it only happens, their ability to be their best against the real teams only happens is if they take these games serious. They stick to an identity in these games. If they want to be a dominant runner, they got to run the ball. They got to be consistent, and they got to go back, watch the film, learn from it, and then do it again versus Western Michigan, do it again versus Marshall, do it again versus these other teams. So I want them to stick to an identity, because I heard today, just watching College Game Day, watching Kirk Herbstreit, he's been talking about how everybody's making a big deal about the talent. He's like, they always have talent. It's not that big of a deal. And to me, I really disagree. And that is different when it's just talent. But it's not just talent this year. It's talent with experience. The guys who are talented on this roster are all also experienced. They came back for another year. Caleb Downs coming from Alabama isn't just a talent. Wasn't just a talent fix. Yeah. It was a high IQ player, a leadership type player who can help connect that defense even more than what it was already connected. So I disagree. I think this team is talented because of the leadership that they have. But in order for that to make a difference, is that it has to show even in these games.
Yep.
They have to do it in these games. So that's why that's what I'm looking for. And I'm pumped up, man.
Yeah. You sound it, man. You sound like you're ready to go, man. You sound like you're ready to go. But yeah, man, but let's be frank. Over the years, right? And we know Ohio State, since, when we played under Tressel, right? We'll play a team like Akron, and it'll be a one-score game at halftime. But ever since Urban took over, he's like, no, we kill him, we're dominating, right? Yeah. And Urban's, like I said, he would run the ball, and it looked different, a little bit spread, but that guy was getting after you in the run and kind of dominating there. Under Coach Day, it's like, yeah, we destroy these teams. We win these games by a lot of points. But how do we do it? We got our talented receiver over here, catching balls against a guy that can't really keep up with him. Right. And then we throw it over the head, and the guy can't run with us, and we score a whole bunch of points, and it looks great. But the guys that's really watching football is kind of like, shit, man. We won the game, but, only time we got a real rush off is because running back broke for 50. That's the rushing. The rushing was the running back running for big games. It wasn't us just kind of going out there and laying on these teams and just take it to them play after play after play. One thing, a lot of our games, I would say on the Tressel, those games, we felt really comfortable in those games. The scoreboard might show it, but we felt very comfortable with what we were doing. They're not going to, if something happens, we'll just be able to kind of do a little bit more and put a little bit more to it. But nothing's going to happen because we're fairly in control of these guys in this game up front at the line of scrimmage. So, the chance of something happening is just, maybe it's a turnover, maybe it's down the field or something of the sort. It's not going to really lead to anything. So, yes, it's time to bring that back. Lean on these guys, be heavy, go out there, dominate up front. Everybody get, 100 yards rushing. Travion, Junkins. They probably end up playing with one of the freshmen, Peoples, right? It's the third running back, I think. We'll see. We'll find out today. One of those freshmen are going to play. And same for him. Go out there and kind of be able to lean on these guys. So looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a good one. I think the weather's kind of hold up. I know it was rain in the forecast early. I don't think it rained. It's not as hot as it was the last couple of days. So it's really no excuses. Clean day to kind of go out there and play some great Ohio State football, man.
And I want Will Howard to run somebody over, man. Listen, if you see him, he's a pretty big, pretty solid size QB, good athleticism. Run a guy over in week one, he's gonna have everybody excited, bro. Everybody, I know he's a quarterback. You don't want to have the quarterback hurt, but every once in a while, quarterback needs to go out there, run a guy over, and let the team know, they can't play with us. You know what I'm saying? But I'm asking for too much, I know. But,
yeah, man. But sometimes, hey, sometimes you got to pop out and show them, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? In week one, would be the fantastic week to kind of go out there and do that, man. Once again, this is Believe in Buckeyes. We're live today, man. I'm trying to. I'm on my phone, man. I'm trying to see. Is the live stream working, man? Where you at right now? You have to pull that up to see.
I don't really know how to do this stuff for real, but
yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing this right now.
Yeah, we're live. That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
That's what's up. I can't figure out on my phone because I don't know what I'm doing.
But it's gonna be recorded, man. It's recorded,
Nah, man. I just want to make sure we live. I just want to, I want to make sure we live, man. That's for the people out there. I don't know how this works. I don't see it. Yeah, man. Once again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just looking, diving around, man. But yeah, man. Oh, here we go. There we go. Yeah, man. We are live, man. Fantastic, man.
Yeah, I think so. Next week we'll go live on Twitter as well.
Yeah.
But right now, live on YouTube.
Live on YouTube, man. Check us out. Yeah, so I mean, it's about that time, man. You need to start heading to the stadium. I'm gonna go get prettied up. I'm gonna go get pretty up, Perspective News. Get ready to kind of log in, man. And obviously, we'll hop on live here. Next week for sure. Yeah. And if not, you catch our weekly show on that probably release. We shoot Monday night, so we release Tuesday, Wednesday, or so. And we'll be talking Ohio State football, and we'll be tuning in with you guys. We appreciate it. You guys watching out there. Keep supporting us. Oh, one more thing. I want to shout out Neil, man. So we gave out some tickets to the season opener tonight. We shout out to Neil. He said he liked our last video. Put a comment out there, and we sent us some season opener tickets against Akron. I looked at the seats. They're fantastic seats, man. They're like they're right down. They're double A section. So that's right down on the field. Yep. So yeah, that'd be a nice one to take in the band, take in some touchdowns. All of the sorts, and just kind of get to enjoy that. So we appreciate the support. We'll continue to do things like that when capable. And yeah, man, we all about it. So let's end this right, man, with an OH.
Ayo.
Go Bucks. Catch you guys here soon.
Go Bucks.
Hey. There you go.